This program is brought to you by Tyvision Media, helping stokvels and burial societies reach their goals.
Welcome to Zaka Stokvel Insights, a platform where Stokvel and Burial Society members learn more about the world of business, and business leaders get to understand stokvels and burial societies a whole lot more. If you would like us to answer some of your questions, please use the number below and send us a voice note. You can also contact us using the email info@tyvisionmedia.co.za, or if you would like to share some thoughts, please do follow us across the social media platforms below. We will be looking at the latest stokvel trends, investment opportunities, and so much more with my resident guest expert and co-host, Thabiso Masudubele from Tyvision Media. This week, the spotlight is on Baitsusi Investment Group.
This is Baitsusi Investment, guys. Baitsusi Investment is a group of young male, consisting of 20 members. Our achievement for now, we've not yet achieved anything due to still looking for what we can hold on, and our big solution is to get ourselves a FSP so that we can grow and try to get some other members. And then on a financial status, we want to be helped with our finances, how to handle the finances of the society going forward. I thank you.
Now, the more stokvels evolve, their potential for growth and their ability to create wealth increases. It's important for members to look out for current trends and understand them fully. This show will help break down some concepts and identify areas of opportunity for stokvel investment groups. Ntate Masudubele, what are you noticing as you continue to work with stokvels?
Oh, hi, Nons. Sure, we're noticing that stokvels are changing, they're evolving. If you think back to when they first started, and what they were doing, it was very basic. They're getting a bit more complex. They're venturing into different things. You used to have stokvels, they had one objective, and that objective would have been, dignified burials for the less fortunate. Now you're seeing it's moved way beyond the burial society front. It's moved beyond people getting together to be able to buy groceries at the end of the year. We're seeing a trend where people are no longer even comfortable calling themselves a stokvel. For that matter, they refer to themselves as investment clubs. But all of these things, talk to the same concept of where the power of collective is used. People who have the same vision, have the same goal, come together with that shared vision, pool resources, and hopefully they achieve those objectives. So there's definitely an evolution in terms of looking at where stokvel started and where they're going. You're seeing different types, they're getting more complex, they're including travel as well. You've got travel stokvels, you've got family stokvels, you've got birthday clubs, you've got graduation stokvels. You literally have a stokvel for anything that will help people achieve a goal that requires the resources over a long period of time.
Now, with all of these varieties and options available for stokvels and burial clubs, how are the demographics looking? Are you seeing more young men, forming their own stokvel groups, such as Baitsusi Investment Club?
Absolutely. I think the demographic of stokvels, if you think back, would have been older generation female. That's where it would have started, and it started with the preparation for burial and so on. That demographic has evolved. It changed from that to then including male and female, but older generation, emphasis being on older generation. The evolution that we're noticing now is that younger and younger people are forming part of stokvels. They might not refer to themselves as a stokvel, but the concept of clubbing together to achieve a particular collective objective, that concept we're seeing grow, especially around young people. The difference would then be in the objectives that they have. But definitely people are realizing the fact that, together we can go much farther with more resources at our disposal that we're all pulling together, provided we all know what we want to achieve, and we've got the same end goal in mind.
What are some of the common group objectives that you are witnessing within Stokvels?
A lot of them is the acquisition of particular assets. So, and some of them have to do with travel experiences as well. So I'll touch on the travel experiences. So you'll have a group of young ladies who, want to travel and see certain parts of the world. One, they've already had the idea of wanting to travel together as friends. So that basic premise is already there. The next step then becomes, how do we then pool resources together to realize that vision as we book as a group? Because then they realize that there are benefits to booking as a group. So over and above the benefits, financial benefits of booking as a group, you're still traveling with people who you want to travel with. So it's a win-win situation. So you have groups like that who do that. With young men, we're realizing that people, for instance, want to acquire cars. So the deposit for a car would cost a lot of money. So young people get together and then they actually decide that, once I get my turn, they join these groups where everyone every month gets their turn, gets their payout, either every month or they save it until the end of the year to get a lump sum at the end of the year. They then, budget accordingly and say, at the end of the year when I get my lump sum, using the savings through a Stokvel, I'll then be able to do X, Y, Z. And the reason young people are also joining groups is that one of the things they've raised is that when you try to save as an individual, it's a bit more difficult. It requires a bit more discipline. So they then join a group, because when you join a group, you're then almost forced to make sure that you save with that group. There are certain terms and conditions, and it helps those with lesser discipline levels to be able to continue saving for that end goal. And so that's what we're seeing, younger and younger people beginning to join groups to help them with their savings culture, so that at least they've got this lump sum that they can then plan how to use when they eventually get their payout from the Stokvel.
What are some of the mistakes that you are witnessing from more of your younger Stokvel groups, such as this one?
I think some of the mistakes is that they're looking for quick turnaround times. I think with the younger generation, there's no sense of building for the future. I think there's a greater sense of wanting immediate gratification, which in and of itself is not, a problem. But I think because people are wanting immediate gratification, they're no longer looking at, the fine print. So younger people would go and then open various accounts. And then at the end of the year, they have certain expectations. For instance, they'd want to find out the interest accrual on a particular deposit that they would have had. That wouldn't necessarily happen because it would have been over a shorter period of time. And they haven't read the fine line to say that, this is what you're going to get if you're doing it only over a shorter period. So those are the kinds of things that we're picking up with younger people, that they're looking more for immediate. And that's not to say all of them. I mean, we do have young groups who are quite, forward-looking and long-term planning in nature.
Now, Baitsusi Investment Club does seem to be having a slow start. So I think after the break, we're going to need to unpack on how they can just accelerate the growth for them there. Let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more on Zaka Stokvel Insights.
Are you a member of a Stokvel or burial society? We at Tyvision Media specialize in helping Stokvels and burial societies. Contact us for professional Stokvel and burial society administration, access to investments and funeral cover experts, and credible financial information. We will help your Stokvel and burial society to achieve your goals and grow. Contact us today.